It's almost the end of our second season. Can we make those playoff positions? Hello and welcome back to part 14 of our non-league to legend save, where we attempt to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. Today's episode, we've got our final 3 matches of our second season with Bath City. We've got a match against Dagenham Redbridge, Boreham and Aldershot. These are final 3 matches in the league, and as we can see over there on the left, we are still 3 points outside of the playoff spots. It does mean though, we've got a game in hand. We do have an opportunity here by winning here to go above Southend on goal difference and alphabetical order, which would put us in those positions and them out of them. Since you were last with me, these have been our results. The last matches we did see on the channel were the matches against Halifax and Eastbourne Borough. We had 2 wins in that episode. We haven't had a lot since. 2-1 loss against Hartlepool, a 2-1 win there against Barnet in the league. We've then drawn 1-1 with realism, that team. Lost to Ebbsfleet. We lost our first leg of the FA Trophy that we decided not to show on the channel to Notts County. Had a 1-1 draw with Chesterfield. We did come back to win 2-0 against Notts County away, which does put us in the final of the FA Trophy against Stockport. That's going to be in episode 15 and will be a standalone match in that episode, our first cup final of the series. For now though, we're going to go over and try and get a win here against Dagenham and Redbridge, and this is the team we're going to be using to do that. We've got Scott in goal, a back 4 of Mundell Smith, Taylor, Okocha and Boateng, Owens and Richards in midfield, Hilton out on the left, Reynolds out on the right, Cook and McGiff up front. It's a bit of a makeshift side if we're honest, but as we can see, Alan or maybe Steve down here needs a rest. He's not at full fitness currently. Harry Clark, he's basically broken. Elliot Free is not completely fit. Lewis McAloy needs a rest and isn't fit either. Taraj equally not fit. So this is currently the best we can do. Hilton is perfectly decent out on that side. Reynolds is not great on the right side, but is capable of playing there, as is Richards in midfield. Again, not fantastic, but is going to have to do for this one. Just going to change Mundell Smith to a wing back on support, and then we'll go ahead with the match. As always guys, if you do enjoy today's episode, drop a like down below on the video. If you just hit that little thumbs up button, it is very, very much appreciated. So what's been going on in the FM world in between episodes? So a few things have gone on. We have been offered a job interview somewhere. I'm not going to say where, because I'm hoping by the next episode we'll have confirmation of either we are going or we're not going. So I think it's more exciting for it to be a bit of a surprise. In terms of the team itself, Alan or maybe Steve would not sign a new contract. Neither would Josh Okocha. Both have announced that they want to be leaving on the Bosman rule on a free at the end of the season, which is less than ideal for us. But equally, there's not a huge amount we can do about it. I have, as such, put them on a transfer list to try and get a little bit of money for them before they pop off on their journey. I'd rather get any sort of money rather than have them leave on a complete free. Throw in from Boateng here. Absolutely nothing comes of that one, but we have managed to get possession back pretty quickly. Owens here out to Mundell Smith. Mundell Smith into Hilton, who is in the box. Cross over there. It is to no one. Again, we have recycled possession though, so Boateng, ball on the right there, cross into the box, easily cut out by their defenders, and it's now just clear with a long ball forward. We have picked that up in the defensive areas though, and again it is out to Boateng on the right, who tries another ball forward and manages once again to lose possession. That's 3 in this highlight alone. We've seen him give away possession, which is not ideal. Okocha absolutely botching a header there, and it's their first goal. That was an awful mistake there from Okocha. I haven't seen him make too many of those, and this is an absolutely awful time to make it. It's just a big ball forward from their goalkeeper, and Okocha goes for the header, completely misses it. It doesn't really get anywhere near that one, and it's just a open shot on goal there for Wilson, their striker. It's their first shot. We haven't even had one yet. It's not the most exciting game in the world. That is a bit of an awkward start for us, because we do realistically need to win this game. So we need at least 2 goals now, and we haven't been firing in that many this season. But yeah, back to contracts and that sort of things. We have got, like I said, a lot of players still haven't signed a new contract. We're not sure what we're doing at the end of the season. We are continuously being offered a new contract by the Bath board, and I'm continuously just walking out the room and not talking to them, just to try and work out what we're doing next season. The last time they came to me, they said they'd really like to give me a new contract. I said, I think you can invest your money better, guys. To which they asked what we like to do. I said, I'd like to make us a professional side, and they laughed in my face and left the room. Less than ideal. I do think if I was going to stay at this club, becoming a professional side rather than a semi-professional side would be absolutely essential. It's just a bit awkward even at this level, where you can't enforce proper training, you can't give proper contracts. Everyone's still on a part-time contract, which makes pretty much every other team in the league and elsewhere more attractive to them. Good tackle there by Mundell Smith. So I don't know, it's like playing this, I don't want to say on hard mode, but it is definitely more difficult playing with this team than it should be. If we were a professional side, I think these playoff positions would be more than achievable, and we would have achieved it a while ago because we're doing fairly well as we are. But if we were a professional side, then we would have been able to sign better quality players, attract better people, potentially get some more revenue in. But the board don't want to outlay the cost that it would be to actually make us a professional side, and we are in the 65th minute here, and we are going to have to make some substitutions. Yeah, it's Hilton on a 6.2, which is horrific. McGiff, though, is on a 6.1, which is even more horrific, so we're going to bring on Alex Fletcher for him. I don't really have anyone to bring on for Hilton. Can Conway play out there? Not really. Can Fletcher play there? Again, yeah, kind of. So I guess we put Fletcher out there, and then we put Conway up front. And at this point, we are chasing the game. So realistically, I think we do need to demand more from the team and go attacking, because we do really need at least a point out of this to even keep us in a shout of the playoffs. But realistically, we do need and want all three of them. I guess, do we watch the other two games and play through them if we don't win this one? I guess as long as it's still mathematically possible that we can achieve playoff positions, we keep playing and see out those last two games. What is going on with our players and headers? Boateng missing another one there, and we're very lucky to get away with that one. I mean, I've not seen my players miss many headers all season, and I've just seen two in the space of the same game, both from players who genuinely don't miss those sort of headers. That is very slightly concerning there. We're going to go very attacking now because we're into injury time. Demand more from the team. We're going to get anything. We're not going to get anything out of this match. We've lost here to Dagenham and Redbridge. That is not ideal. Again, I believe it is still mathematically possible for us to get in those playoff positions, but we are now relying on Southend probably to drop points rather than being able to just go and do it ourselves. We need them to drop 3 points and us to win our next two games, really, and then we'd be all right. Let's go see how we do against Boreham Wood then. And this is the team we're going to use to attempt to beat them. We've got Tommy Scott in goal, back four of Mundell Smith, Taylor, Boateng and Richards, McLeod and Mr. Talent in midfield, Taraj and Reynolds out on the wings, and McGiff and Fletcher up front. Again, a less than ideal selection here. We've just got so many tired players. It's getting to the end of the season and everyone's legs and stamina have just run out. The engine room has completely gone, as well as our form. I don't think a couple of episodes ago we would have thought we'd be fighting for these playoff positions. We were talking about whether we could reach them, but it was looking at one point almost like a foregone conclusion. Don't get me wrong, I think an 8th place finished in our first season in the National League is very respectable, and probably more than the board would have hoped for when we got to this league. But I still think we could have done so much better if we hadn't just completely bottled our form sort of mid-season. I just saw someone, yeah, McGiff has suffered an injury as well. That's not an ideal start. We'll bring on Hilton. We're going to swap them around, so we'll play Fletcher as the deep lying forward and Hilton as the advance forward. McLeod here on the ball. Taylor over to Boateng. Taylor again. These two playing in the centre of the fence rather than out on the left or right today. Mr. Talent, ball forward there to Reynolds. Reynolds, can he reach the byline? He can't, but he crosses from deep into Fletcher. Keeper, good hands there, just keeps hold of that one. Big ball forward from him now. Can any of our players hit a header today? Apparently not, but we can hoof the ball clear, which I guess is just as good, but it does allow Boreham Wood to come back into the game. I think the refs played advantage there by the looks of it. They're now bearing down on goal. It's 1-0 to Boreham Wood. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous now at this point. I don't think we could even bribe the ref to give us a win at this point. It's just silly now. And yeah. I have no words, which is not ideal when you're trying to commentate on a video. Fletcher here with the ball, cuts it back to Richard. Richard inside to Mr. Talent, back to Reynolds. Reynolds going to the byline, holding up the ball, puts it back to Richards, back to Reynolds. Ball in. It has gone in there. I don't think it's offside. It doesn't look like it is. Taraj there at the far post, just managing to tap that one in. I think it rebounded off a defender and fell to him. We'll have a look at that again. Reynolds here, again, just cutting it back to Richards. 1-2 between them. It's a cross into the box. Fletcher has had a shot. Goalkeeper saved it, but only as far as the feet of Taraj tap that one home. It does mean we're back in the game again. We're keeping a very, very close eye on what's happening in the other games. At the moment, I'm just looking for the Southend score. Southend are drawing 1-1 with Chesterfield, but we are still 3 points behind them. Realistically, we need to be winning this match. That would still put us a whole point behind them, but that is better than where we are currently stood. We're just getting yellow cards all over the place here though. Guys, can we calm down a little bit? I'd quite like to finish the game with 10 men on the pitch. I'm all for regaining the ball, but if we could do it in a legal manner, that would be lovely. We do seem to be improving here, dropping to cautious mentality a few moments ago just before that goal. It does seem to be letting us hold possession a little bit and not getting hit on the counter. Boateng's already looking like he's broken. Again, not ideal. We will change him at half time, I guess. But yeah, we've just got so many tired players at this point that we're kind of running out of options to change them with. We've had a lot of shots on target. Yeah, we are happy with that. What we need to do now is transfer those shots on target into actual conversions, i.e. goals. They are probably, you know, quite likely to be the most important currency in football, goals, really. That's why teams go out and spend millions of pounds on a striker. We haven't got millions of pounds. That kind of shows this season. We have got a free kick outside the area here. McLeod to take. Steps up. He has swung that one in. It's hit the post and it is booted clear by the Boreham Wood defender there. Just absolutely clearing his lines. We have got a throw in here, which is basically almost a corner given where it is. It's being cleared by Boreham Woods. Richards has gained it back. It's a deep cross into Hilton. Hilton gets his head to it, but again, comes to nothing. We've only got one substitution that we can make left in the game as well. It's another corner for us. McLeod here into Clark. Clark missing as well. We seem to be piling on the pressure here. We're going to encourage the team. Absolutely piling on the pressure, but nothing coming of it. It's another corner for us, and we've got to start making something of here. Clark, we do make something of that one. Harry Clark converting that corner, putting us 2-1 up against Boreham Wood. It's exactly what we need to do. We still are reliant on other teams dropping points, but at least we've managed, just as I was saying, we need to make some of these corners to actually convert one. And as it stands, that should draw us, once the league table is updated, a little bit closer to Southend. Southend are currently winning 2-1 against Chesterfield though, so that is not going in our favour. We're going to make our last substitution there, take off McLeod for Freer. We really need Southend here to be dropping some points. Mathematically, if we win our last game and they lose it, I think we can still sneak into their playoff positions on goal difference, if not alphabetical difference. Fletcher there, he's hit the crossbar with that header. Boreham Wood just absolutely clearing their lines, knocking that ball into the stands. And we are going to get another corner here. Elliot Freer to take this one. Taking his time about taking this one. We have still got time to play, Elliot. It's a ball into Taylor and safe hands from the goalkeeper there. 21 shots for us now in this match. Southend still appears to be winning their match. All of our players appear to be broken. Fletcher holding up the ball here. He's passed that one back to Clark. Clark to Mr. Talent. If we can just keep hold of this one now, but move slowly forward and not lose it and concede a last minute goal, that'd be great. Taraj now in the box. Taraj being tackled, but no foul given by the referee. And Boreham Wood now trying to launch a counter-attack of their own. Smith here, can anyone go and tackle him? That would be lovely. We're not going to bother. We're going to let him get a free pass. And we are lucky they didn't convert that one. I think I might have thrown my computer across the room. Maybe not, it's expensive. We are going to just hold up this goal kick as long as we can. Scott just passing that one, distributing it to his centre-backs. Big ball forward there again. We have managed to keep control of it though. Reynolds now dodges one tackle, doesn't dodge the second one, and it does get us a free kick with 40 seconds left on the clock. Richards just taking his time, stood over this one. We have got players there ready if we need to. We're just going to play it short to Mr. Talent and just retain possession here into Elliot Freer. Over to Mr. Talent again. Fletcher, Talent, Freer, and this is just what we need to do here. Just hold possession for the last few seconds. Instead of that, we've gone long ball forward, but it doesn't matter. We have won that one 2-1. I didn't see what the last result was in the other game, but I'm guessing, oh, did they go back and draw? They did draw. Southend drawing 2-2 with Chesterfield, and that means going into the last game of the season, we are one place below the playoff positions and 1 point outside of them. It is between us and Southend here for the last playoff spot. Yeovil secured theirs, so we can't catch up with them. Who have Southend got in their last game of the season? That's what should be quite interesting. Let's have a look at their last game of the season. Their last game of the season against Dagenham Redbridge. You'd imagine that they're going to go and beat them. We're just going to have to hope from a little bit of a favour from Dagenham Redbridge after they beat us earlier in the episode. Of course, while they've got Dagenham Redbridge, we've got the slightly harder task of 5th place Aldershot. We do need to go and get a win here, so we're going to try and do that. This is the team for that one. Tommy Scott in goal. We've got back four of Alici, Taylor, Alan or maybe Steve, and Daniel Boateng. McAlloyd and Owens in midfield. Elliot Freer and Hilton on the rings, and Cook and McGiff up front. I do wonder though if I do want Boateng out there or whether I want Harry Clark. But Harry Clark isn't quite as fit. I think I'm going to start Harry Clark for this match. He has a good dynamic there with Hilton, and I think he should be able to last long enough that hopefully we've already got a result or gone towards getting a positive result in the match, so we'll then be able to sub him off. I'm taking a bit of a gamble on that one. It is the last game of the season in the league, so we kind of need to take that gamble. We need a win here. Anything less than a win is not going to do it for us today. We also need to keep a very close eye on the Southend score against Dagenham and Redbridge. Obviously, while we do want a win, we can win, but if they win as well, it makes absolutely no difference. It is going right down to the wire at the end of this season. First highlight of the match then, and it is Scott distributing it short to our centre-backs. Clark holding up the ball, not distributing that one as quickly as I would have liked. I'd like him to be playing that forward a bit quicker, and we are playing a little bit cagey at the back here. I don't like it because we're going to get pressed, and when we get pressed, we do tend to concede. This is interesting for us. Definitely not how we normally play. That's a bit more like how we normally play. Again, though, big long forwards, not helpful to us. And we almost concede there, exactly what we do not want to happen. We cannot afford to be going behind and chasing the game in this match. It's a throw in here for Aldershot in this highlight. Cross into the box. We haven't dealt with that one either, and we're just riding our luck here. We've dropped caution. We've only had one at this point shot. McLeod's just got a yellow card as well, and to be honest, at this point we're just going to berate the team. We'll berate them for this poor performance they're putting on. We're going to increase to a positive mentality even if we are away from home, because we can't get anything out of this match playing this defensive. Southend, as it stands currently, still drawing, so a win here would put us above them, but we don't look like we're going anywhere near the right way of getting one currently. Harry Clark my gamble there, looking tired already, which isn't ideal. Alan or maybe Steve rising to cut out that cross though, and hopefully we can build an attack of our own here. McLeod holding up the ball into Cook. McGiff now. McGiff holding it up as well. We're just building it slowly. I don't mind a slow, nice, constructive build here as long as we do get it into the box. They've missed that tackle. McGiff though. McGiff through on goal. McGiff scores. It's his 11th goal of the season. Possibly his most important one. That was a missed tackle by their defender, but we'll take it. We'll take all the help we can get there. Pass there. Freer tries to play it back into McGiff. Phillips, their defender, does get a toe to it, but only knocks it back into the path of McGiff. Slots that one past the goalkeeper. That's good. That's exactly what we want. We're going to see another highlight straight away after that one, though, and it is Aldershot back on the attack. That's less than ideal. That is not what we want. We need to cut this one out quickly. They have cut the ball back here. They've got it into the box now, and not on target from them. Again, riding our luck at this point. As it stands, though, Southend still drawing 0-0 in their match, and that does put us in the playoff positions. We just need to keep these results as they are, and we will be fine. I'm happy with how we've dominated possession. That's all the team inspired and motivated. We're keeping a very close eye on Clark as well, because I don't think he's going to last much longer, and we are looking like we're going to have to substitute him. Southend have just, I believe, scored in their match as well. They have. Southend have gone 1-0 up, so as it stands, we're out of the playoff positions, and there is nothing we can do about it currently. We are winning. That's all we can do our end. We just need them to be drawing or losing while we win. It's a goal for Aldershot, and now we need to go up the other end and score, because at the moment, regardless of the stop pot of the Southend result, we are not going to be in those playoff positions. So we need to definitely make some changes here. We changed McLeod here to an advanced playmaker role. Anyone not playing that well? Cook's not really playing that well, so we're going to bring on Fletcher instead. We're going to put him as a pressing forward instead of a deep lying forward, to try and press down on their lines when they are clearing the ball, not give them quite as much time. Hopefully make something of that, but we see a Aldershot free kick here. McGiff almost getting to that one first, but not quite. That's cannoned off the crossbar. We haven't really dealt with it. We've cleared it, but right into our own player, which is not ideal. If you're going to clear a ball, hoof it long, dot into your own player. And it's another Aldershot highlight here. And now Alichi's just brought down an Aldershot player in the box. We just have to wait with bated breath on the penalty here, but I think this could be all over for us now. We haven't saved that one. We have to go attacking at this point. I don't know how much more attacking we can go. I guess we can put our wing backs onto attack as well. All of our front four on attack, as is McLeod. We're hit early crosses and shoot on side there. More direct passing, higher tempo, be more expressive and run at defence. We are just throwing the kitchen sink and all 11 of our players forward to attempt to get something out of this game, because like I said, a win is the only thing that's enough, and even then we are still relying on other results, but we at least have to do our part and go and win here. But so far, 20 shots from Aldershot, 4 from us. Don't think we're getting anything out of this game. As it stands, it doesn't matter anyway, because Southend are still winning, and I think this is going to be the end of the season for us, at least in the league. We have still got that match in the FA Trophy. Yep, that's going to be the end for us. That's 3-1 to Aldershot now, and there's no coming back for us from that one. I mean, I guess it's still a successful season in terms of, like I said, we are going to finish 8th. We're going to finish 3, maybe 4 points outside of the playoff positions. I think the board are going to be very, very happy with that, given they just wanted us to, believe, avoid relegation or fight bravely against relegation, one or the other. So we've definitely overachieved on that one. But it's just disappointing to come so close to the playoff positions and then not get into them. Not that we were guaranteed, obviously, to get promoted through that, because I still think when we look at how we're being run ragged here by Aldershot, I think we probably would have struggled in the playoffs anyway, and would have had to have been very, very lucky to go and get anything out of those. But it would have been nice to at least be there. As it is, I think, yeah, Southend are now 2-0 up, so even winning wouldn't have actually made any difference for us, which does make it a little bit less painful on the last day of the season. I've just randomly pressed something there while I'm talking and massively pissed off my entire team, which is exactly what you want. As you can see, we're making a couple of signings already though for next season, which are players that are going to be released by their clubs, and we've been allowed to talk to them. That might mean as well that, can we now? No, we can't quite talk to Leachy yet. Obviously his contract running out at the end of the season with Oxford. I'd quite like to bring him to the club. The job I was talking about that we had been offered at the start of the episode has fallen through, so we haven't got that one, but we are keeping a very, very close eye on the teams here. We can see there's places like Hull, they are way above us in the Championship, but maybe something like a Charlton would be a decent team to go over to, so we are keeping a very close eye on what's happening in those ones, just so we can make a move should we need to. We've confirmed a couple of signings there, but we'll have a look at those if they come in, and should we still be at the club at that point. Obviously not quite the end to the season we did want in the league. Like I said, we have still got the FA Trophy match. It is against Stockport, who are currently third in the league though, and over 20 points above us, so I feel like we might go and struggle in that one, but we'll see in episode 15. If you have enjoyed today's episode and want to support the channel, please do drop a like down below the video. It would be very, very much appreciated. Until next time though guys, thank you very much for coming over and watching. I'll see you over on episode 15 for the English FA Trophy final at Wembley against Stockport.